warning message will be placed on top of posts, and the image will be hidden from Instagram's explore and hashtag pages. Is this a necessary update to the platform?
I think it's a necessary thing for the internet in general. Personally, a part of the job I do, I go in schools, secondary schools, colleges, sometimes primary schools, and to speak to the people about gang involvement, extremism and things like that.
Yeah.
And actual propaganda and misinformation is a big part of it.
Because a lot of models who Photoshop
if it's like that kind of...
Yeah, it's that as well.
Okay, I thought you meant like people saying, I don't know, just the misinformation, like... so many people died in this place and it didn't happen or something.
Oh, like no. So that is misinformation in itself. But Instagram specifically talking about images that have been altered. So if you've altered an image in any way digitally... I
believe any human being on planet Earth who does one of those app things where they give you fake abs needs to be deleted and maybe face prison time. But anyway, anything... I don't know about the... I don't know. That's more of a... For me, I'm cool.
Doing that.
I look a lily filter and I'm all good, you know what I'm saying? If my complexion ain't right that day.
Yeah.
But, all that kind of photoshopping your belly out and all that, or photoshopping, whatever, I don't know.
It's mad because you got women that are out there photoshopping their bodies and slimming down their face, like all sorts of stuff. And then you've got men doing the same. You've got people adding themselves into scenes where they never were, like photoshopping themselves next to a sports car or somewhere in Dubai.
I think for memes and things like that, I think that's all that's cool. It's all jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think just in general, you're giving people a false sense of security.
Do you think people are becoming obsessed with filters and just changing their image online?
I believe so. I think people are more interested about that than actually changing it themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you have to actually do the work. Some people just don't want to do the work.
That's the thing. But then if you're living this fake life online where everything you say you do is you're not really doing that, you're pretending that you're self-employed millionaire, and then your photos are all photoshopped so they don't look like you, what happens in the real world when you meet people? Like, what do you do then when you bump into someone that you know online and then they're like, oh, your face looks different and where's your sports car and your Rolex?
I've been kind of catfished before, actually.
How have you happened?
This was in MySpace days.
Going
back. I was
back.
speaking to, and I've met them before. I've recognised them. I met them a few years ago, and then when I met them, they were like a completely different person.
But how? Like what? The pictures? They'd done something to their pictures, or just
basically they had pictures from when I last met them, like 5 years before, and a lot
they changed.
Just put it that way.
Is that the same though? Because
once, twice, 3 times a lady. Yeah, it was.
Do you keep all of your pictures up to date though?
What's that?
When you post your profile picture, do you always post recent ones? Do you not post throwbacks and then people might think, oh, Malik doesn't look like he looks in his last profile picture from 20 years ago?
I look the same for ages, so that don't.
But not everyone's got those good genes where they're blessed like that, Malik.
No, that's cool. But at least like she did warn me like 3 minutes before I got to the destination. She said, I've changed a lot since. But anyway.
Was this a date? Were you going on a date?
No, it was just like...
You were just meeting up as friends?
Yeah, no, I was like, are you in this place? Because you see me, I was in a certain place a lot. So, are you there? Oh, come, let's have a drink or something. I was like, oh, cool. And then, like, 5 minutes before I met the person, it's like, oh, by the way, I look a bit different to my pictures now.
Did you recognise her? Don't do that face,
Now, I'm a man like this, yeah. If somebody's changed that much, I can recognise them. Like, oh, their face around there is still the same. I pretend, you'll have to tell me, like, it's Jennifer. And I'll be like, And I'll be, yeah, right. But
it's terrible.
But yeah, but I think images, I think you have to allow some people as well, like, a little bit. But I think fake news and things like that, I'm more against that than people's personal, like...
But then it is still damaging in a way
it's
to
damaging.
people's self-esteem as well. If you think about the younger generation, if all they see when they go online is that same... Because when you go on Instagram, I feel like everyone looks the same. Like there's a certain look of women, like with the same eyebrows and the same like contour, the makeup's all the same, and it's like they're all clones of each other. So then if you're a young girl and that's all you see, you're going to feel like you need to also do that.
That is 100%. 100%, I agree with that. Yeah. And it's more detrimental to young women in that kind of way.
It is. Yeah. It really is. It's bad for your mental health, because I even feel like I've had this conversation. I feel like I had it with both of you before, and I've had it with my partner about doing this radio thing and filming myself every week, and I'm starting to feel pressure, like, should I be... Because obviously I'm on radio, so I think, you know, I'll just roll in here, it's fine. But then you're uploading to socials every week, and it's like, right, do I need to start doing something with my face? Should I go and get a brow? Should I go and, learn how to put my makeup on properly? There's a lot more pressure on
for a woman, and this even rolls back into the women in hip-hop conversation. There's like a way those rappers, those girls look is an actual part of the thing. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You have to fit into that mould, or people aren't going to take you seriously in the same way.
Or don't get me wrong, you can be different. You can be like a Lizzo or whatever, and you can be different.
But it's harder.
Yeah, or you have to make that your part of your marketing. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Do you think that we should be teaching kids in schools more about, like, it should be part of the curriculum, doing your due diligence and understanding what you're reading online and determining whether or not it's real or fake, or why it's being put across to you in that way?
I believe that should be done a lot. This one of the main things we do as a part of the presentations and the workshops we do in schools, and I do this in different cities every week, and it's the thing of questioning everything.
Yeah.
And it's not, we're talking about everything. We're talking about older people who's trying to speak to you, like people are trying to radicalise young people. People are trying to sexually groom. People are trying to groom young people into gangs. So we talk about the different things, but even questioning everything and researching everything. Yeah. So we see propaganda from the way a gang will pose up with their rental cars, their re-up money, Older's big chain. It's another form of propaganda and lying to make their team look bigger, to make young look more attractive for people to want to join. So we put all of that in the same type of bracket. You understand what I'm saying? So young people are more aware and question people's intentions, why they make these kind of things on the internet, and why people generally why people do that and question their intentions.
I think as well, it's not even just like I just said, should we teach it in schools? But I feel like there needs to be adult classes as well, because there are a lot of people like our age, just older people than us, like it just everyone. There are a lot of people who don't understand how to critical think or fact check or do any kind of research on anything.
I know people who probably they'll speak about like, I don't know, Black History or Kemet or something like that, and then the next post they'll be like, R.I.P. Eddie Murphy. I'm like, if you ain't worked out that Eddie Murphy is still alive, don't tell me about what happened in Africa like 7,000 years ago, please. So
but that's the thing now, because before, everyone, if you wanted to find out this information, you'd have to go and get a book. Yeah. You'd have to go and get a book that someone had actually researched and read it. Yeah. Whereas now you can just listen to some random guy on YouTube telling you stuff.
Doesn't even show his face. Yeah. You can't see like Dr. Martin Jones. So, you know what I mean? That way it's so bad, where it's like, this guy's got a name, a face, a reputation, and this is what he talks about. Yeah. That's cool. But when it's just these faceless videos with like horror movie film, horror movie behind it, like, and a lot of people are getting drawn into this. A lot of people older than us in our community.
But people do need to start just doing a little. There's like a site called Snopes.
Yeah.
And it's just a website. It's a fact-checking website. They fact-check all newspaper articles. You can click on there and it will tell you if something's likely to be real or not. That's a quick way of doing it. The long way of doing it is to just go onto Google and search and read from different sources, so then you can figure out, is this likely to be true or not?
I don't unfollow people on Facebook because lots of other people show up that follow me, but they have to show up in my feed. So I'll unfollow them. They'll still be my friend and they'll still see my stuff, but I can't see their stuff.
I do that. Snooze people.
Yeah, because it's like this. I do this with people around me. If you talk a lot of stuff about conspiracies, this, that, and if it's got a date on it, we're doing £25 bets and £10 bets. So if you go, there's going to be martial law in 2021 because of this. All right, what date? £25 on it. And then we put that in the phone. So when that date comes, you have to pay me that money. And you realise, next time I talk around Malik, I'm going to actually really think about what I'm saying before I put that out in the atmosphere. Because I would stand behind all my words, everything I say, and I'll put money down on everything I say. And, you know what I mean? I believe more people should just research their stuff and just be on the ball with it.
Yeah, the amount of people I've snoozed for 30 days or unfollowed. I clicked into the folder the other day and I can see all of the people. There were loads. I was thinking I didn't even remember I had some of these people on my page.
Some people I really like, you know. I really like them in real life, but I have to snooze them.
Can't deal with it. Some people as well, some of the things that they share, you just think, I'm reading that headline and it already doesn't sound real to me. So how does it sound real to you? If it's clear, it is clear to me that this sounds like foolishness.
Yeah, and it's not. Sometimes it's not even a headline. Sometimes it's a meme. So sometimes it's just a picture with where somebody's typed words. Like you get apps that you can just take a picture and type words.
Just make it yourself, and people take it as fact.
I've seen people in tears. Over fake news because they've read something horrible happening, and I'm like, you know what I mean, working in the community and traveling around to America and this and that, I've heard a lot of things that's happened, probably police brutality, people dying in, you know what I mean, different countries. There's enough bad stuff happens in real life. I don't want to carry on that energy of hearing about extra people who's been killed and extra bad things that happen that don't even happen. Like taking that on your shoulders. Like I've seen people's timelines and it's all like, so many people died here, these people died, these people are being poisoned, and I'm like, a lot of these bad negative information and some of it's misinformation. It's not good to ingest all of that.
It isn't. And I feel like sometimes when you're on social media, sometimes I feel like I have to take a break from it for like a day or two, because some of the things that you're seeing, it's a lot. If you're constantly seeing stuff, and some of these stories are real, like real life is enough to deal with, like when you're constantly seeing all these stories about racism and this person dying or this person being shot or this knife crime victim, and it's like after a while it's like your mental state starts to suffer because it's like you're taking in too much negativity. And I started thinking, like, is this my timeline? Because, you know, algorithms show you stuff that you read. So if I read a lot of stories about race, Facebook's just going to keep showing me more and more and more of it.
Sometimes those things happen. I've had to do like a clean-up on my Instagram a couple of times and follow different type of people or something like that.
Yeah, just to switch it up a bit.
And like, I remember when I started to go gym, and I remember loads of people from around the world who go gym just started to follow me. But I realised that I fitted in certain algorithms that put me in a different community.
Yes.
So, you know what I mean? If you do the right things and the right things online, you might be able to just slip into another community that's more positive than the one you was in.
Yeah.